Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live on a Monday, much earlier than usual, for some Sorare strategy chat, some gallery reviews, some squad reviews, whatever I think of it as. Fist bump to everyone on arrival. Thanks for joining us. And for the members, actually, the second time I've seen you today, we got the card giveaway up and going. So if you are an FC Barcelona season ticket holder and you have not seen it yet, the competition entries are now open if you want to win limited Wanazek, limited Atgun, or maybe you really want to win that Doherty limited. So check out the members video that went live earlier today on the channel. If you're a member, you will be able to see it. If you're not, then you won't. So it's one of those ones. Click on the channel. Go to the channel homepage, click on the members tab, you'll see it in there, and yeah, get involved. Entries close Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning is where I'm going to go in and announce, do the video with the winners, so be sure to get involved before the curtain falls on that one. Lots of you joining us live and loud today. I see the chat flying away. Mini-Me, Calum, Lobs Gaming, James Johnson, Josh 7, good to see you. Red or Dead, James John, I think I said James already, didn't I? Apocalypto, Josh Cameron, Florin, good to see you. And Boyson, Johnny TH, my man, good to see you. And yeah, tomorrow, guys, we'll be back live as we normally are. I say normally, but over the last month or so, normally for like a wee mini midweek deadline session, just to trim out the transfers. I was actually halfway through listening to Brendan Rodgers' press conference. It's actually on now, the day before deadline. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, we'll have a wee bit of that fun, but we'll hang on just after the deadline for this. Now, thoughts and speculation. I was about to say spots and feculation there. Spots and feculation in the live chat, guys. Why have they put this D1 symbol there? What does it mean? They love a little Easter egg. They love a little tease, don't they? To get us all gossiping and talking. What is this, do we think? What do we think it's trying to symbolise? XD Rai, I see you in the house. Charlie Dunbar, Aaron Large, my man. Good to see you all. And yeah, the Hall of Fame looks a lot nicer with that Salah in it all of a sudden, doesn't it? Looking forward to it. So guys, yeah, get your requests in. We had Gaza up first and foremost earlier today in the chat from this morning. And Gaza, I'll just slide him here. He might join us live. If not, I know what he's after, so we can go and tackle that. Mini-Me was up next. Hey Quinny, could you take a look at the updates? Yeah, the other. So I think, yeah, Mini-Me, we went through some stuff and you've been out shopping or out trading, hustling through the market. James Johnson, afternoon mate. Gallery is looking a lot different. Sold out of limited. Needed some quick cash for something in IRL. Been able to put some back in for rare one in season team. Nice. So are you just telling me that, or are we going to go look at it? Let's assume we're going to go look at it, and you can let me know. Josh 7 gameplay update. Yeah, let's see, Josh. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Red or Dead, my man, as well. Rob's Gaming, good to see you. 2 classics is the plan at the moment, James, and trying to future-proof the gallery for the summer. So having a nosy around MLS classics in Brazil. Nice. Still got about 500 quid sat in the account for a little shopping trip. Love that. Charlie Dunbar, of course, Red or Dead. Since our last chat, I took on board what you said about the lack of captain choice in Contender or Rare. I added a few pieces to improve, so could you have a look over that again? Yeah. Captain Kicker. And then XD Rai. Now, XD, I was talking about you this morning. I felt so bad for you because I know you picked up that Killison. Who did we itemise? It was Killison, Soria, and another, wasn't it? And Soria, he got that pen save. He's a hero of a goalkeeper. And I know you got the Killison in, and gutted for you. I bought the emergency goalie. No idea if I should keep him for the long term. And if I do keep him, where should I expand the gallery? Awesome. Florin, I'm thinking of selling a big part of the gallery because my strategy did not quite pay off. What should I keep in my gallery? Jordy 88. Yeah, no problem. Let's do that, Jordy. This will be fun. And I'm almost caught up with the chat. Oh, sugar. Should have. Yeah, that was fine. Worked out okay. Does it not maybe mean 1 minus the day left and day -1? You think that's what they're doing? Do you think they're trying to screw us with the D1 thing, but it's actually match day -1 kind of vibes? Interesting, Josh. Love your take on that. Ian, good to see you, my man. Apocalypto, hi Quinny, I'm on my way to win first place in champ. Apocalypto. So I would have 1k available to strengthen my gallery. Oh! Apocalypto. With a bag of sand. Let's have a wee peek at that Apocalypto, no problem at all. I thought it might be related to the Christmas Neon event. Yeah, that's a good thought, Josh. James Johnson, thanks for the clarity, my man. Thanks very much for the kind words. Bunker07, hi Quinny, can you have a look at mine? Cheap on a budget. Hey Bunker, this is season ticket channel members. I'll explain it all in a wee minute in case you're just joining us live or you're new here. In case there's anyone else that's not a member or just new as well. Neon Christmas was supposed to be game week 45. Don't buy anything until I see the update. Yeah, that's actually quite good advice for today, Mikey, isn't it? For anyone that is sitting with a wallet, keep your powder dry is probably, for 24 hours, the first thing that we'll say on this show today before actioning anything. Because, like, my first kind of, like, impression-y hunch was, like, is this... yeah, the D-1 thing is really... I see that now. I really see that. But this is the gameplay update for the winter, so this should be telling us what changes I've noticed from this season that they're going to adopt into next season. This is around the time when we got notification on the transition, the handover period of old Sorare to new Sorare. So I'm expecting the same level of announcement at this stage where they're going to tell us, like, you know, Limited needs another division, Super Rare has too many divisions, or we're putting more money into this competition, or we noticed All Star did this, or we fucked Essence at the beginning of the season, so we're going to do this now. Unlist everything and keep your powder. Yeah, unlist is also a semi-smart strategy as well, depending on what you're listing at this point. Because, like, you could imagine, like, what could we... Let's maybe just have a wee bit of fun with this for a minute. I'll explain members for anyone that's not new around here. If anyone that is new around here, then we'll get stuck into it. But what could they announce tomorrow that you would need to have, or you would want to have the ability to double down into something, get something new, or whatever? I think an MLS special, like we spoke about on Go Fuck Friday the last week or two, would be one. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why, but every time I come to do members, the yawns just attack me. And it's been a busy day. I've been on my feet all day. We've had lots of calls and streams and all the rest of it. I've got the kids' football in a few hours, so definitely not sleepy, but I don't know what it is. It's probably just like get comfy. Pico player says the MLS comp is one thing. Am I right in thinking that all changes made tomorrow will only be implemented? Yeah, that should be the thing where they tell us in the winter about new season development. So that's the kind of thing I'm expecting, is like we're adding a division, we're taking a division, we're adding more podium place payouts, you know, in Classic, or the new boxes will be like this, or I'm expecting that kind of, you know, precursor. Some cash or market credits in Classic would be good, Mini-Me, I'm with you there. So we'll be live tomorrow, we'll definitely be able to cover it as it goes in. What else could they do? Yeah, maybe under 23 getting an in-season is something that Harry's been having a wee bit of a personal crusade for. Could be something like that. Harry did just change his road to glory, so don't you just know that that's the sort of thing that would happen? Josh Cameron. Yeah, imagine. Imagine. I doubt that. I'm so sorry, guys. I had to get it out. I'm probably the one that actually hopes they remove one Classic in season. Oh, no, Pico. No. If anything, then he's readjusted and maybe put onto like a scale, you know. If anything. But Gaza, let me see. Is Gaza in the chat? Not yet. Let me see. Can I go and get the chat from this morning? He was talking about supers. He was talking about dealing with McBride, the devil. I think it was Contender. Or was it Champ, actually? Let me go and check what Gaza was saying. Keep letting me know, guys, thoughts and feelings on the announcement tomorrow. What you think could be in there, what you want in there, what you hope isn't in there. All of the above. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, Gaza's chat from this morning. Where is the live? Don't think the live chat replay is not available just quite yet. Yeah, so I need to wait a bit longer for that to buffer. I'll check back to say, Gaza, you've got your place, Gaza. Whenever you get in here, something to do with super rares. I forget what region it was. Aye, there's Gaza in the chat. Let me just send Gaza. There we go. It's got to be classic related. Revitalise it with the negative sentiment. It has to be. Yeah. I would like to see that as well. Let's see what... I think it might be champs. I think that's where McBride is selling a lot of his supers. His champs. I've got a feeling it's champ supers. Ooh. Bump up full collection percentage from 5 for 750 points for the whole collection to 6 or 7. Ooh, that could be fun. That could be fun. Yeah. I'll wait for guys that come back and we'll tackle his. Mini-Me was up first. Let's see what Mini-Me's giving it. Hey Quinny, could you take a look at the updates in the gallery and pinpoint what you think my strongest teams are and what you would do regarding transfer and sell the news or keep? Regarding transferring. Okay, news total. Just let's see what we've brought in. Ivan Illich, you've been on, you alerted me to that, and fair play to you. Wow, you've swooped him up. Well done to you. I think that Illich is an individual, since we've got this here on screen, is like you should 1000% have the multiples to sell into any increase in demand. Just try to see. What else we have going on? It's hard to tell with these what ones are new and what ones are in the last like week or so. So let's scroll back. Oh yeah, you've been mad busy, Mini-Me. Mad busy. Let's see in the last week. Look at Romero, you got on that train as well. Fingers crossed it works out for us all. Oscar Bob. De Bruyne. Yeah, I think this was maybe around... Yeah, I think De Bruyne and stuff was a wee bit of our chat, wasn't it? Kusanov is in the building. MGW. Ugalde. Ander Herrera. It's a fun transfer. I'm not sure how good that'll work out, but it could be amazing. Like, in theory. Player profile, league style, etc. Should all work out really well. So let's have a look. We're probably focusing mainly on champ then, Mini-Me, aren't we? Just because you've got those Illiches there. Let's see. Did you have many rares? Yeah, I don't think so. Look at Romero. Love this. Transfer activity. Right, so let's see. Now we've got the full Man City goalkeeper core. They've also got Travers now back playing, which was a funny sight to see the other day, wasn't it? I don't know if that's a permanent thing. But yeah, that's certainly good for that one. And then the Lawns collection is just getting fleshed out a bit. No, you're not the Lawns collection, sorry. It's the City collection. And let me read the thing again. Updates my gallery, what you think my strongest teams are and what you would do regarding players transfer and sell the news or keep. Yeah, I think like when you've got multiples, you've got the ability to have your cake and eat it. Now the in-season ones are going to be the ones that sell for the prettiest of pennies. So I think out your situation with Illich, you've got an in-season and 2 classics. I'd be looking to keep a classic out of both of them. She's done the same thing at Limited Andrea. Yeah, sell an in-season, sell a classic, keep a classic. I would do that kind of thing. No problem at all. And if you can turn with this like 13 quid, 14 quid or whatever into 40 quid, you know, sell the in-season for 25, sell the classic for 15 or whatever, you know, jackpot. So I would do that. What are my strongest teams and what do you think yeah, so I don't know if there's any other transfer news to like chase around with here in particular. News to oldest. Let's see all. Who have we had coming in? Penders and our goalkeeper Cools. Facundo's transferring. And who else came in for contender? Uzuni. Ugalde. Aslani. Nice. Strongest teams. Let's have a wee peek. Right, so Prem in season. You've got the City keepers to rotate through. Might be losing Kyle Walker to AC Milan, which might be a massively great move for Sorare, by the way. Italian football could just suit him so much better. And being a right back again rather than this kind of sweeper, ultimate recovery defender. So yeah, probably Ake, De Bruyne, and then you take your pick of forwards. Like if you know if you know Ake is going to play, if you get Ake and Diaz, like if you know one of them are always going to play, you're kind of fine there. I think up front, Savio Diallo and Langasaka, like again, quality there to cycle through. It's definitely like a really strong like one team, here, no two ways about it. Got a few options for classic kickers as well as just playing 5-in seasons. So I quite like that. Champ, do we have anything beyond? Yeah, not really. Let's go to the extra spot. Mueller. Fabian. Diao. Yes, that's quite set the way it is. Let me catch up with the chat in case you're shouting stuff at me. Oh, Gaza boy, I sent you a message. Take a look at my champ SRs to see if I need to improve anywhere specific. Just want second, third, fourth options. Right, cool. Well, I'll had you up first. I'll finish with Mini-Me and come back to you, Gaza. Perfect timing, my man. There's been a bit of chat actually. Michael Pallet, yeah. Let's add you on. And after Michael, FF Thinker, good to see you. Not a major change, but will really give us DGens the urge to fill the sticker break. Yeah, you're definitely right there. Hatlegend, good to see you, my man. I want to know if financially they've had success this season and if we can expect a bigger prize pool next season. Also, MLS standalone. Yeah, I love that. Could be a good one. Jaime should. Yeah. I think the kid just won at Fortnite. I don't know if you heard that. And FF Thinker Sean Thorpe fist bump. Thanks very much, mate. You just picked up your season ticket, became a member. Thank you very much, my man. And I've not even actually explained the season ticket, but I suppose you probably know if you've picked it up. But it's £1 a week, £4 a month. We do gallery reviews once every week, normally on a Monday, like today. Sometimes on a Tuesday. The odd occasion it has been on a Wednesday. But we also do lineup building every Thursday ahead of the weekend game week. And every limited I craft, I give away to the members. But I've also won some limiteds, and we've got a big giveaway for the season ticket holders on the video that went out in the member section live earlier today. And for all the members, we also have a Telegram group, which I just messaged Gaza on to talk to him about his request. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord are the baby, but it's way better. Don't need to give me your phone number or anything. That's just by clicking links and all the rest of it. And there's like a bunch of us in there. Talking Sorare, talking football, all that good stuff. £1 a week, £4 a month. That's 2 streams a week. Going through strategy, your gallery, your everything you're up to. Telegram giveaways. What more could you want? So thanks very much, Sean, for picking it up. It really means a lot to me, the support. And hopefully you find it good bang for buck. I feel we might need to get some of the changes they asked about on the questionnaire. Ah, yeah. What was on the questionnaire again? Was it around multi-end? Was it? What was the questionnaire? Because there was a few versions of the questionnaire, was there not? So yeah, I think Champ's up where it's at. Giant Hunt. Hold on. I thought the giant thing was a basketball thing. Is it a football thing? This is new. This wasn't here like an hour ago. 4 in season, 2 from the same team, 45 below, 60 or below. So it's just called specialist. Okay. Cash. Oh, you need in seasons. Of course you do. Interesting. Classic. Do we have the different one? Yeah. What was the? Where did that? Giant Hunt. Ah, yeah. It's football to win NBA rewards. Ah. Someone knows where partially addressed. Yeah. That's a weird one. Giant Hunting. Why are no other regions open here? Oh, it's this coming midweek, isn't it? So maybe I'll double check champ again, sorry. Ah, yeah. But Mini-Me, of course, you're a big under 23 guy, of course. Challenger in season. Yeah, the Penders has definitely helped. That extra goalkeeper. Did you lose a HVC? Maybe not. But that's an extra nice little development added in there. You get Trubin, get Quinny, get Trafford. Again, but a lot of this is under 23. Ah, sorry, I did get it all muddled up there, didn't I? So is it for this game week? Oh yeah, the Giant Hunt. Yeah, I thought it was an NBA thing. Choose your top 5 players taller than 180 centimeters from any club to win NBA tickets. How many people have entered? 1,000. How many of them would you think are serious in any way? 2 seconds, guys. The big noise was we got a crowned victory against a lot of sweaty people. So if you heard that, that's what that sounded like. Well done, son. He had to come in and apologise for the noise and tell me what he'd done. So yeah, that's by the by. Mini-Me. Oh, you've gone at Gun already. I think for the majority of this stuff, Mini-Me, like I've mentioned before in these galleries, like your challenger thing is buttoned up. Contender, I think you're a wee bit different. Yeah, you're not quite get the same utility there. Amatucci. Under 23 is the bag, isn't it? Well done, Mini Quinny. Congrats. I'll pass on the messages, guys. A crowned victory. I think that's a good one. I think that's the one that makes them go mental. The prize for 4th to 10th is great. Yes, it is. Very good, isn't it? On that specialist. Isn't the Neon Christmas comp supposed to be... yeah. That rings true, those dates. Thanks a lot, Casa, as well. Sorry, a bit late. Just came home from school and my new priorities. Hop on the stream. Love that, Hucker. Thanks very much, mate. And FF Thinker, you're after a gallery review, especially in season rare as just ending up picking up random rares. Yeah, no problem. Let me know your gallery name. If it's not easy to find, I'll try and put it in FF Thinker. I was going to say it looks like the same profile picture, but it doesn't completely. Is this you? Let me know. NBA contest, 250 limited essence at 30%. Ooh, hold the phone, what? Oh, this. Wow. That's a box. That is a box. Jalkin Calvez, what a spot that is, by the way. Feature man's good to see as well, of course. Fist bump. Ooh, that is a spicy box. There's only like 6 of them. 1,000 people are swinging for it. Thanks a lot, Just Simplex. Love that, mate. And yeah, under 23s. Let's flesh a squad out quickly, because I think now with Penders, you've got so many options now with the license and the Trubins, and yeah, you've really got everything going your way. Especially that Kusanov coming in. That could be a huge under 23 play. Last time we were speaking, you were talking about picking up some rares and doing all that kind of stuff. So I think like my resounding memory of your limiteds and stuff is it's quite set. You know, you're just kind of rounding off edges. There's not really much without totally lifting levels on some of the capital deployed, as it were. There's not too much more ground for you to gain. It's about combos. It's a wee bit about captain choices, XP's, luck. The 0 to hero is at 91 likes last time I checked, and I did say by Monday, so we'll give it to the end of the day. I'm hoping, I was going to record it today, but I'll record it tomorrow. So it gives a wee bit more chance that it gets to 100 before I come to record it. Yeah, like, you're just cooking, man, honestly. Amatucci didn't have a good game at the weekend, but he's just one of those guys. You pick him in these skeleton builds, don't you? I've picked up a rare under 23, but mostly Austrian, so a few more. But yeah, I don't expect it to be a mad rush on your end, of course, but I'm just trying to put myself back in the shoes of last time we were chatting about this, where you're at, what you're up to, what the moves are, etc. Where? Elliot. And it's probably going to be Saka, right? But Saka's obviously injured at the moment, so he's not quite made a team here, but you still have him, of course, as well as some other guys like Diallo, and plenty of good options here, by the way. Who would we say placeholder wise is like, yeah, let's just put Saka in there, even though he's injured. You've got cover at Guns and Diallos and whatever. But yeah, it's hard to really stretch much of an improvement out of that mini-me. And then the Prem in season, like the Prem in season is maybe the only thing you need to round out some keepers, you know, because it's just all City. Marilo's a good scorer. If Ake and Diaz are in the team, and you get THB, and if Walker, by the way, if Walker does go to Italy, like what do you have going on in Champ? Oh, that's meant to Challenger, sorry. Got Gutierrez, who's probably playing under 23s for the most part. Get Skriniar, don't know what's happening with him, but a nice player all the same. So let's say you'd have the Walker. And there's going to be excess from your Prem build anyway. So don't need to worry. Let's imagine we don't have De Bruyne or MGW. And we've used Anderson in under 23, haven't we? So you're looking at guys like Ugarte, I suppose. McAtee, if he goes to Germany, I'm seeing is all his links today. Camavinga, if you know he's going to play, is a decent enough scorer. But again, he's a classic then. You've got Diallo, you've got Savio. Actually got some good forward power. Diao, of course. Tommy Muller, if he's playing, that's a good in-season pick. So yeah, you've probably got the depth here for an in-season forward quite comfortably. Is there any more transfers organically about to happen with some of these cards? I'm now starting to think and wonder. Miguel Gutierrez could maybe make a move, but again, classic and under 23. Hassan Diao, of course, could be handy. I think this is only part of your limiteds I would be kind of half open to with the Walker move. And you do have excess Prem cards. So like you can either get another Prem goalkeeper and try and flesh out Team 2 a little bit, I think, just with the amount of options you do have in every area. I think midfield is maybe the... yeah, it's maybe the one with the most pressure on it. Because if we did pick De Bruyne and MGW in this team, for example, what we're left with up front, let's just say Savio to keep the City thing going. We'll put Ake in here as well, along with Ortega or Ederson, whatever you fancy. But then when we come to the next team, like, you don't have the... or you've got the keeper maybe right now in Travers, fair enough, but that's going to be short-lived. I think we all know that. Between Branthwaite and Murillo, THB, maybe one or two others, creep into it, some good choices there. Ugarte, fine, as a single mid. Diallo, fine. And then you could play Alanga. But we need that in-season keeper to maintain. And that would be with us... oh, no champ. Okay, so let's go back to the champ build. Champ Classic. So yeah, so no keeper. Take your pick of these guys, really. Let's just imagine Walker goes to Milan, because that's part of the thought experiment here. Paul Nebel, again, under 23, didn't get selected this time, so could be spare quite reasonably. Tommy Muller in season. Again, there's our picks here. I'm just trying to think about the non-Prem based. Akomak. Yeah, so it feels like this spot is the only one where I would round off some edges, if any, you know. But I think the rare move you're making is the way to go. Do we think Ortega starts over Ederson? Wasn't he back in the... I don't know. We've got both of them here, so I'm just kind of filling spaces. I'm not doing this seriously in that way. It's just more sketching out the depth. Just like, you know, what positions can you cover? What are your restrictions? That kind of thing. So yeah, let me just come back to the first question, make sure I've tackled it. Yeah, in terms of transfer, like you've got multiples, so I would do both. I'd try and keep one and sell two out of the three. If you only have one card but the transfers, like Asan Diao, you're probably better selling him when he doubles in price for you, or whatever his multiple ends up being. Right, Gaza. Let's see what we're up to. I think I'm decently covered without spending a fortune. Massive cards. Yeah, okay, so we're looking at point before that. I think we're after Gaza. Gaza. Your message just disappeared, mate. I know it was here because I seen it. Timed this right. Oh, no, maybe you sent it to me in the Telegram. That's where I seen it. Yeah. Just to look at my champion SRs to see if I need to improve anywhere specific. Just want second, third, fourth options. Yes. Options or opinions? Opinion, yeah. Okay, so in goals, we've got the pain of Pau Lopez. We've got Pickford. We've got Killison. Boutez. So we've got 3 keepers. That's nice. With some handcuff situations that could run around. Agbadu, I think, could do well for Wolves, I beg your pardon. It is the Prem, so it is do or die. Could be like a more like dual friendly Anderson kind of type guy, like a centre back that isn't always amazing, but doesn't always kill you, can make you. And yeah, the rest of that top row is quite fine. Timber obviously is not quite the same guy as he used to be, but still workable. Okay. In midfield. Yeah, I think this is where I would. Yeah, midfield needs strengthened. A lot of good players here, but sadly, very few of them are reliable. And up front, oh yeah, we've got some good reliability, some non-entity cards at the moment as well. So let's see, what's my bride cooking? What's the big man selling? I miss those super rares. Oof. Well, Gaza, I dare say, that spine. I don't know what you're playing with or what you're messing around with here. McBride, I'm sure would cut you a deal if you're buying multiples, but like a Van Dijk, a Rice, and a Rice is good enough, isn't he? Yeah, that makes a big difference. They'll probably go into your best lineup. I think. Don't maybe not Rice necessarily. Oh, I suppose. Well, what's the midfield like? Rice could. I think all of them can go into your best team, mate. Your defense is very competitive, but like Van Dijk, it's not necessarily hard for him, but it's like, you know, if I was looking at his Van Dijk, yeah, it's a very good captain card as well, isn't it? Just for the season they're having. I think the midfield, like Rice is fine, isn't he? He's not Odegaard kind of levels at peak, but I don't think he's that far away from it. He's kind of like what Teddy Twema used to be, not quite what Pascal Gross is or should be. Let's see what happens with Sorare and 1 or 2 others, but yeah, I think I'd love all 3, but I'll need big mates rate. So maybe he'll do. Maybe the Griezmann is the least that you need because it's a lot of this is quite premish, isn't it? I think bit of a generalisation. It's very champ based, isn't it? But like, how many teams are we fielding? We've got 3 keepers, so we need minimum 3 forwards. Aspas, Brennan, and then between the gang of the rest of them, Ndai's, Hwang's, Politano's, Esposito's, you've probably just about got enough forward power anyway. So if one of them was to slide off, I think Griezmann's an easy kind of casualty in that regard. Let's change what he's got for sale. And if it is like champ he's trying to get out of, there's probably some other guys here, Gaza, that he would sell that he just hasn't bothered his arse listening because he thinks why bother. So if there's anyone that we could tempt him with, or anyone you would be liking to get, I'm sure you could tempt him with an offer. I don't think he would be against it for the right, depends on the player or whatever. Like Sergio Gomez, you could easily see him parting with that. Rodrigo De Paul, Is Rodrigo de Paul better than Rice? Vermeeren, that's a frustrating card, isn't it? Nice win for him, but Spider-Man Alvarez, he's actually got a bit of an athletic play here, doesn't he? O-Rod. He would definitely be open to offers from almost any of these, I would say, mate. Well, the champ ones anyway. GPH is back at champ. I don't think he'll listen to offers for that. Oh, he said no on Damsgaard, really? I think he likes Brentford now, doesn't he? The double Samardzic. Yeah, fair enough. If there's not much more to... I'd be surprised if he's rejecting offers, but fair enough. Damsgaard. Wee Liam McHugh. So, yeah, I think Van Dijk makes a lot of sense, mate. I would definitely look to that. Let's have a wee peek at the secondary just in general. Because you just never know. I want to look at midfield, especially. So if you got Van Dijk from him at a wee mate's rate, it's like, Rice is good. Like, you could get Rice. But is Rice the best guy liner? Oh, Riddle Baku for 40 quid. Just went to Leipzig. Could he be peak there? Look at the price of some of these, by the way. Mate, Tovan mid. Isn't that much worse than the forward, is it? MGW with the pug. Wow, Eliash Moriba is slaying it, isn't he? Fair play to him. Fabian Ruiz for 50 quid. What? 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 Makes no sense to me at all. That feels like a bargain. Rongier at 200. Some decent options here. Guedes at 47. Golovin. Loves an injury bit, doesn't he? This is the sad inevitability of him, isn't it? Ah, poor Golovin. Damsgaard's not too bad. In the grand scheme of things. Callan Ogler, that's a spicy card, isn't it? GPH is going to Bodo on a permanent. Nice. Jean Rickner Bellegarde. He's a good player, by the way. 20 quid. I like Zakanye, but as a mid, I'd rather as a forward. Is there forward options? No. Marcus Llorente. Wee boobs? Nah. Coop Miner's at 100 quid, by the way. I think it's pretty snippy. Not doing too bad at all. Gets it decisive. He pushes to the 70s quite quickly. 100 quid compared to Ravella. Double that. Has been linked to City right enough. Oh, Max Arnold's got an L2. Fabian Ruiz is a nightmare. Impossible to predict when he doesn't start. I may as well not have mine. Fabian Ruiz for 60 is a steal. We could see him next season in La Liga for sure. I think I can echo both of them sentiments. Really hard to get a definitive. Wow, Zielinski at 24. Like, if Mkhitaryan's out, or not Mkhitaryan, Calhanoglu, if he's going to get a run in the team, 24 quid, Zielinski could be good. So it could be, but you could very quickly waste a lot of money on could-be super rares, you know, and don't actually move you forward. So that's part of the dance with the devil we're doing now, Gaza, isn't it? It's not just getting dragged into, oh wow, he's 20 quid, and you're buying a bunch of those guys and going nowhere. We need somebody that can impact the top team. I think there's a few of those guys we've spotted already, don't get me wrong, but I'm very easily led into that. Dean, good to see you, mate. I'm very easily led into that kind of corner of thinking. Lorenzo Pellegrini again, nightmare. It's forecast. Peaks don't come regular enough, do they? Gio Reyna for 70 quid is a punt, by the way. That's a punt. Again, just like Golovin is always going to end up injured, but isn't he? Yeah, that's the problem. Sorare at 26 doesn't play enough. Yeah, totally. That might change, but with the man, I don't know if Potter should like Sorare. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Paqueta for 100. Wow, never thought I'd see that. A Paqueta super rare. Brazil international. Fair enough, he's at West Ham, right? But it's a very appealing price, let's say. There is something to be said for the Fabian Ruiz, but fucking PSG, man. Oh, forecasting them is brutal, isn't it? Maybe checking our page or two, Gaza. But I think McBride, I would like. Listen, I definitely, depending on what your wallet your packing is, like, it's definitely worth trying to get a bit of a mates rates discount on a Van Dijk, Rice double action. I think he would definitely talk to you about it, of course, but then depends on the value you're getting there. Like, even as a sleeper card, man, in Kunku, as soon as he leaves Chelsea, man, he should go back to. He is fine. He's firing fit. He's just not being selected. The manager doesn't fancy adapting his position or the tactics to accommodate him. I guess 140 quid to sit on ice, isn't it? In-season Gundo isn't bad. I know his scores are kind of meh, but as long as like City start winning games again, like, he'll be involved in stuff. It's kind of a, yeah, pretty strong correlation to both those things happening, I would say. If they happen. Or if Man City sort themselves out. That will happen. Guido, what the hell happened to this guy again? Did he go to West Ham? He did, didn't he? He just died. I think I'm the same as you, because we started playing years ago and saw how high SRs were. Now you look at him and just think, buy him, buy him, buy him, buy him. Yep. Especially with the Paqueta one. And like Kunku's, like, some of these guys were mad pricing. And you know they've got top end potential. That's why they were like that in the first place. Oh, Amadou. I think I would like a wee Amadou. I don't need it today right enough, but yeah, nobody overly, like, Andre's okay in season, isn't he? But he's not a fantastic scorer. Oh, Danny Olmo, by the way. I'd love a cheap super rare Danny Olmo. That would make my life. I don't know about make my life, but it'd make me happy. Billy G for 50 quid. Probably slide that. Yeah, there's not too many obvious options. The market's a bit sticky, isn't it? Because some of these prices aren't going to sell, of course. You're just then after a direct bid or something like that. Like, you need to go into direct negotiations. Soboslai. Harry Trade's got a super rare Soboslai for pennies, didn't he? Sucic. In the grand scheme of things, these guys aren't too bad. I don't know the script well. Liverpool, I've not been following them that closely this season. And I'll probably end up following them a lot closer now, obviously, with the Salah. I don't really know what Soboslai's script is right now. No problem, Mr. A. I'll do my best. I do have the kids' football training. It starts at 6:15, so I will need to end this show bang on 6. So I'll do my best, and we can always do catch-ups for guys that don't get covered tonight, of course. What What was that Rice listed for? I'd much rather De Bruyne's get a wee bit of jeopardy, doesn't he, of leaving the region, so it's probably priced into it. It's a nice rookie, that, isn't it? Ben Viardi kit and all that's cool, isn't it? It's a really nice card. It's definitely the Auxerre kit that kind of makes it. That's nice. Sabitzer. I wonder why Bruno's so far back on this list. There's rumours that Dewsbury Hall's going back to Leicester. Is that something to lean into? I don't know. Zagovia for 70 quid feels good. I know he's been in and out and stuff, but very highly rated. And I think on the back of... I think maybe Napoli want him to replace Kvaradona. Matt O'Reilly's never go cheap, do they? Never ever. I'll check one more page. I see. Oh, there was Kvaradona there, by the way. But again, I don't think he's somebody you want to get involved in right now. Kakere being a bit cheaper would have been mildly tempting, since he's just made a good move. Frankie de Jong. Bid rejected for KDH earlier. Great minds think alike, Gaza. He's maybe linked to West Ham. Remember when Wyland Cyprian was good? He's injured or something. This guy used to be like a mini Teji, didn't he? Maybe not quite mini Teji, but he was a good wee guy in France. Julian Brandt at the price point compared to what we've seen some other guys go for isn't shocking either. Douglas Luiz was listed at like 100 quid the other week. I would love to have bought it. Never quite had the wallet, and I've not really got the appetite for super rares at the moment anyway. Cassidy, Fornals. Some guys here that are not too bad, aren't they? But no one's oh yeah, he fixes the situ. Lobotka for 40 quid, by the way. See, for your third team, that's not a bad guy to have just in case. If you have other guys that will deliver, you know. I still quite like the thought of Baku. For 40 quid. Just went to Leipzig. And with decisives, he gets 80. But if he doesn't, he doesn't. You know. Sounds a bit stupid, I know, but... And we've lost the filter. So yeah, guys, I think like you've got 3 teams of good players here. I think the McBride top-ups would help a lot. I think midfield is certainly the area I think you need reinforcements in. Like Ferdy's fine, Kondogbia's fine, Bentancur's obviously out now for a while. McGinn's getting an injury currently. And everyone else is kind of headachy, aren't they? So as much as like the Van Dijk is a great one, you've kind of got defence not quite sorted, but like I don't think you're really worrying for defenders for the most part, are you? Just as you click the page over, I saw Lob for 40. That is tempting. Yeah, like see if you're a third team. Yeah, I mean like because who do we have in midfield? Let's imagine team 1 is like Ferdy and Cook or something like that. Team 2 could be whoever. You're playing double defence for the most part. Maybe get the chance once in a while play double forward. I don't know. But Lobotka, like, yeah, just gives you 55s, doesn't he? Yeah, 40 quid for Lobotka. 43 from Basel. Even the in-season at 85. It's probably a better in-season card, isn't it? What we're playing with in season wise. Cook, Tagliafico. Get a really good in season kind of like little cohort here actually. So I don't think that's essential. I'd probably keep classics, up to you, but you know best. You'll have a better feel of it, Gaza. Oh, Walker only wants AC Milan. Again, not a midfielder, Gaza, but if you are looking at Van Dijk, wow, 70 quid. In season, 93. Walker at AC Milan. AC Milan have needed a right back since Cafu. Tell me the last right back they had since Cafu that was good. They've not had one. Yeah, in season's pretty damn cheap, man. And I don't think you need a defender too much, but I think a mid is the area, Gaza, isn't it? So if you're going to go to McBride shopping, I'd probably take his Rice before I'd take his Van Dijk. And there's a lot of like options here, isn't there? But and again, I don't know what the price point is. Even Tovan at 75, like I mentioned before. Set piece taking, goal scoring guy. The forward card is better, right? But the mid isn't terrible. See, you say legs have gone, right? But Florenzi, Hucker, get away. Florenzi. Yeah, you answered the question. The best right back since Cafu they've had probably is Florenzi. And from Emerson Royale to Walker, I don't know if it's quite the same shit. Like, Walker is like... Then yeah, maybe he's not got that 6th or 7th gear he used to have, but Walker's like a proper good right back. Fabian Ruiz still feels really tempting at 53 quid in that PSG team. And surely whoever he leaves PSG for is a good outfit that's going to play him all the time, you know. Yeah. So I think that's kind of where I'm at, Gaza. So I don't know the price point because again, like somebody like RDP, I'd probably rather RDP over Declan Rice. I know they're both internationals, but he's nailed for Argentina, and he's pretty well nailed for Atleti. Like pretty much always plays, doesn't he? I really like Golovin as well at that price, but again, just his injury history is the issue here. And we've seen Paqueta for 100. Like, again, I just seen the Bruno there, obviously at 500, but Paqueta at 100. And Zielinski as well was mad cheap, wasn't he? But yeah, guys, we need to stop ourselves from just totally degening into numbers. There used to be that kind of balance on quality. Like, this guy is very cheap for the price point. Like, Coop Miner's 100 quid. Again, I find that very interesting. Zielinski at 24. Yeah, I mean, like one good game for Inter Milan, and surely that's 20 quid's worth of value you're going to get out of him, you know? Does still play for his country? Feels like an easy £25 to spend. Donny van de Beek cards. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go in circles otherwise. Appreciate the input and help. Always handy having a second set of eyes. Sometimes taking a look. Yeah, like I say, like if you wanted to strengthen defence, guys, I get it, right? But I think midfield is where you need a bit more punch. A bit more depth. Especially with multi-entry now, you're up to 3 keepers because Butez came alive again for you. You'll have one of them going into in-season, of course, because the in-season little raft you've got here. But I think midfield is, yeah, it's the area where could do with an extra wee buffer. Some of the prices, some of them are bad in the bad way and some of them are bad in the good way, you know. I'm guessing they will put the lobby after the deadline. Ah, yeah, good thinking. FF Thinker. Did you let me know about your squad name, by the way, FF Thinker? Is that the right page I'm on? Did I miss it? FF Thinker, you've got a request, and just make sure you confirm your club name for me, buddy. Let me know how it goes, guys. I'm happy to revisit this at any time, mate, of course. And next up we've got James J. So what was James asking? Afternoon, mate. Gallery is still looking all a bit different. Sold all of my limiteds. Needed some quick cash for some IRL stuff. Been able to put some back in for rare challenger, 1 in season team. 2 classics is the plan at the moment. Trying to future proof the gallery with MLS in Brazil. 500 quid is the kitty. So let's have a wee look at the Challenger rares is what you said, isn't it? 26 cards. Love the reset vibes. Clean slate, you know. So we've got, again, Benitez. We don't know how future proof he is, so we'll watch out for that. Oh, in season Egan Riley. Well done to you. Well, I think for your one in season 2 classics, like as long as they're all fit, kind of got defense sorted, haven't you? In midfield. Again, painting by numbers, you've got just about enough here. You definitely get firepower. Broom and Antman together, Atgun and Dries together, and then the third team, take your pick of whoever else. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let me read all this again. Rare Challenger, 1 in season team, and 1 classic, 2 classics. So let's have a look. Who is the in seasons we have? So we're looking at Vassen, Egan Riley, Charles. We basically get this. This is a squad, isn't it? That top row, and then we have like good bit of depth cover. You obviously got the ability to field 2 in season teams here. Now, getting the goalkeeper from this team will help, but the way things go with correlation, and not all these guys are players, are they? Yeah, like Coombs, obviously, Delorge, fine. Mitrovic, Watanabe. So I don't know if that's a full stackable outfit there. But I don't think you want to do that anyway because other people are way ahead of you on that front. I think the Challenger region, like you say, future-proof in MLS in Brazil, try and keep away from MLS for as long as possible because the transfers market, if you've not seen it, it's fucking mental out there. And it's rares we're looking at, James, isn't it? Let's look at auction, and let's look at manager sales, sorry. Rare, Challenger. I'm going to deselect MLS and Danish land for now. And so I think like the forward options are great. These are the in-season exclusive ones, but you've also got like the Mertens, yeah, De Jong, Osman, Pansel. He's in MLS now, of course. I need to remind myself of that. Depay in Brazil, of course. And yeah, midfield, like you've definitely got 3 teams of midfield here. Like Kokchu could be single mid in one. You could play double mid with Vanaken and someone in another. Paxson and Shea Charles still going around. Delorge Nipar, like yes, you're kind of fine there, aren't you? But this is like a 3-team build, isn't it? And for 3 teams, again, you've got the defence you would want. Midfield is basically about there. It is all still quite thin. I think it just needs another goalkeeper, mate. I would be focused a wee bit more on Europe than anything. And I'd also be focused on guys that are just mad cheap in seasons at the moment. Let's have a look at goalkeeper. Is there a wee sneaky keeper that we could put into the equation? Get tight on. Can I believe he's getting another Sorare card in that picture, can he? I'm back, guys, I'm back. Nickology at 40 quid. But yeah, with that kitty you've got, mate, like, you really want to keep your powder dry for the MLS ones because this is all European based for the most. I know there's Pansel and Depay and maybe somebody else, whatever, but I think you want to keep that powder dry until the MLS comes out because early access shouldn't be too far away in the grand scheme of things. And if you do want to build into that, like I say, you don't want to be doing it when the transfers are still going on, so I wouldn't do it right now. And Julian, let's just flesh this out for a second. And let's go Challenger in season. Go Vaesen. Egan Riley, Shea Charles, and Broom Antman. I probably would do that. Do you know what I would, if it was for this specific game week? Obviously, you're maybe not picking some of these guys, but just to flesh it out. Where the hell's the Antman? There he's there. Can we play a second in season team with a classic keeper? I think you probably could. Benitez, Watanabe. Paxton, Delorge. Not quite the forward, interesting. But again, this could just be a classic team, couldn't it? No problem at all if you want to do that. And then let's just do save. Pretend that's a classic for a second. And then this team, no keeper obviously. Still got the Kuiper. Still got Cockchew and Vanaken. Still got like Atgun and Osman. I think an in-season keeper. Doesn't need to be in-season, does it? Stay, save. It's double forward, double mid, double forward. We've went a few times there. Club Z, thank you very much, mate. Just became a member. Thanks very much, my man. Thanks for the support. Been in the chat for a few days, my man. Thanks for joining us. Malin to Villa, Fee agreed. Slam Duncan, my man. Good to see you. Fist bump on arrival, of course, for you. And yeah, FF Thinker is the page. Love to see that. So happy I've put off MLS as long as I have. Been going into Korea and Japan for the summer. Nice Hucker. Again, they're not exactly calmer waters, but at least they're maybe a bit less choppy. I was thinking classic for MLS to transition to 3 classics over the summer. So the thing with that, right? Classic MLS probably 2 seconds, let me just fix this. Classic MLS is probably not too scary to go into, especially with the budget you've got. But for that, I don't. So part of the problem you've got, right, is what's the point of a classic team? The point of the classic team is to win in season cards, for the most part. Yeah, D1 podiums, whatever, right? But to win in season cards is number uno, the job of the classic cards. With your budget, you could certainly build 3 like classic teams over the summer. Would you win £500 worth of in-season cards? Maybe. Hard to know because we don't know the value of in-season MLS cards just yet. Obviously, you've got European in-seasons you could win immediately, and when they do cross over, of course, don't get me wrong. But that's the stumbling block I've got here because, for example, like I actually think there's some really good prices on these keepers. Like if Pedro's staying in Orlando, the Peru #1 goalkeeper, 35 quid for him feels fine. Kalina, my favourite keeper since he's joined MLS, 50 quid for him doesn't feel too bad. Andre Blake is pretty solid. Jamaica #1, not a bad shout. There's maybe 1 or 2 other ones like Burki. Oh, Burki would be my goalkeeper. Burki does like a negative decisive, but since he's went to America. Sean John is fine when he's not in a crap ass team. Coronel, the Paraguay #1, or #2 now maybe. There's lots of decent picks there, but when you come out a goalkeeper and we go into the other spots, nothing is certain, and the big hitters like defence there isn't really any, quite frank, you know. But if one of them move, it's just too delicate and at times, to be honest with you. It does. It's one of those ones where people are being fearful. When others are fearful, be brave, and when others are brave, be fearful. It is one of those ones. But Mickey, ya man, for 7 quid. Now, if you're buying classic MLS, just buy this. 7 quid, nothing to lose. Mickey, yeah, ooh, Mickey, yeah, man. Yeah, I'll just get a Mickey. For 7 quid, no bother. And ones like that are easy enough to pick up, I think. They've just won MLS Cup. Galaxy, yeah, they did. They only just got there. It's kind of safe enough, I think, isn't it? £7 also. Zimmerman at 12 isn't terrible either. Nice. Just checking something quickly on the old phone, guys. Sorry, bear with me. Awesome, okay. But yeah, £12 for Zimmerman doesn't feel bad. But Nashville haven't. Again, I was going to say Nashville haven't been that great, but he's still been fine, hasn't he? So there's two defenders you can get for £20 essentially. I don't think you'd be losing money. I don't want to say losing money, but I don't see them transferring. I don't see you not getting the utility out of them. I do like Miles Robinson at £7 also. I just don't know who he's playing for right now. Cincinnati. Is he nailed in that team? I've always been a fan of him. I think he's good to MLS level. But the rest of these guys, I'm like not high on going and running and getting them. Building a stack, doing the lineup builder. You don't go, right, that's me sorted now. Who the hell are you? Who the hell is Pedro Amador? And why is he getting all of Brooks Lennon's decisives? Wagner to Turkey. I don't know where he's going, but he's certainly going this window, isn't he? See, Ymar at 17. Ymar used to be like the value boss pick. But at 17, that's compared to... I suppose he's probably worth it, isn't he? But I was going to say, compared to what we just seen from Walker there, 50% cheaper. So basically, mate, I don't mind like walking through, like, who was the goalkeepers? Maybe need to double check the status of some of these guys, but like Burki for £30, no bother with me at all. Coronel's the same price. Again, one of them is fine. Your man Zimmerman, £20 between them. You spent £50 on a defence stack or defence like build. Don't mind that. But in midfield, like they need to smash. Now you can spend £1.26 a lot worse in many more worse ways than buying a Sebastian Lletget. How much have I got? £1.51. I might buy that. I might buy a wee Sebastian Lletget just for the banter. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. And yeah, like there's not many guys here that are even on this page right now that are out and out smash pots. Like your Golds and Acosta's probably leaving, and Forsbergs and whoever else you want to throw into it. Oh, Yara Mendy finished the season good. Now, by the way, Yara Mendy. I wanted him to be so good in MLS, and he kind of is, isn't he? He's not amazing. Look at that, man. Yara Mendy for £4. I don't mind that, but be prepared to never use him. Ricky Puig for £50. He's probably not playing for a season, so you're really kind of putting some money on ice with that, it feels like. Timmy Tillman, why is he that cheap? Is he leaving? I thought he was amazing. He was amazing for a minute, wasn't he? See, for £6, that's not a bad punt, is it? Let me catch up with the chat, sorry. Was thinking Kalina and the two Brazil keepers. Coronel, and who's the other Brazil keeper? I like Kalina's my favourite. I was just picking Burki there because he's cheaper. But Kalina, the best guy to get. The best guy to get. The defence probably comes from Brazil. Wagner leaving MLS. Yeah, that's kind of all well and good, right? But there is game weeks where they're not going to line up. You will still want like your man for £7. Like, big Matty Freeze fan as well. Just trying not to pump my own bags, as it were, as people say it. Big Matty Freeze fan. His goalkeeping statistics is up there, top 3 in the league, I think, from last year. He's in the men's national team little preliminary squad they've got on the go at the moment. Jack McGlynn, £30. Hanny gets all the fanny, £40. See, these are the types of guys that you need, but like Hanny and McGlynn are maybe just a level down from the fear region, you know, like the guys that are just, oh, Jesus, Gold smashed, Heel smashed, whoever, insert smasher at the moment. Gold at 60 isn't bad, feels a wee bit punchy compared to the rest of the guys we're seeing here, but he's not going to move. Marcel Hartel's also about 60 quid, he's not going to move. And yeah, Biscuits, Armstrong, some guys here that are fine, aren't they? But I think for those classic guys, they need to be MVP potential. So anyway, like with the exception of the guys that we've found that are Redondo at 17, I could get behind. I had a lot of hope for him going to MLS, that he would be a killer. Rares under 20 quid, I'm a fan of. I don't mind getting a wee batch of them, as long as they're well kind of cherry picked. And then just keep the rest of that money on ice, mate. Just keep the rest of that money on ice. Yeah, Forsberg 28. Santirod was way cheaper than this a while ago, by the way. His classics were like 30 quid. I'd be surprised you couldn't get a Santirod for cheaper. Yeah, I'd be very surprised you couldn't get Santi cheaper. And he'd be worth it. Like, Santi would be worth getting because he's a set piece taker. Nobody seems to want him outside of America. But I say beyond this, mate, I would just keep the rest of that money on ice or withdraw it. I wouldn't go ham. I wouldn't go mad mental. Joveljic for 30 quid feels fun. I'm always been a big fan of Joveljic. Sadly not got mine anymore. That Anderlecht card was fun. But yeah, maybe you want to get a Messi. Messi's definitely worth the get. Benteke maybe the same as well. But I would just keep the rest of it on ice. Ice, mate. Cancanley coming back from injury is a sneaky mid as well, yeah. Charlotte still barely made playoffs, and Kalina had 13 clean sheets. If Dean Smith had Charlotte as conference smashers, he could outperform his goalkeeper performance than last year. Yeah, it's the only way is up because they weren't imperious, were they? In that sense, you're right. A bad for 16 isn't bad. Like, not decisive regular enough, but when he brings it high end 60s into the 70s, needs to be a bit cheaper, but doesn't he? Buwanga's left. Watch out for that. Peck would be worth it if you're going for, again, if he transfers, you're screwed, and there's no closed door on him leaving, as it were. It's not like, okay, he's staying this year or no one's interested. So yeah, proceed with caution. But yeah, I would just sit on the rest, mate. Withdraw it. Wait for in seasons to come. Whatever. But I don't mind the super cheap guys. But you've got a nice wee European build here, James. Like, I would maybe just enhance this and then get some of those dirt cheap guys. Because again, some of these classic prices, like who were we looking at a second ago there? That had, like, Santirod. His price will go back to being like 20, 30 quid a classic as soon as in-season cards come out. Because this market at the moment is like constipated, waiting for the new cards to come out, and yeah, there'll be a lot of price discovery or rediscovery happening on the classic market when MLS new cards come out. So you don't want to buy too many guys. You don't want to spend, if you look at a guy and you think, oh, 60 quid for a gold, if you would be raging that he was 30 quid in 2 weeks, don't buy it. And air quotes, 30 quid 2 weeks, you know, 15 quid in a month, whatever. It could be anything that happens. Just, yeah. But your man's for 7 quid. Kalina, 50 quid's probably fair enough, isn't it, with the amount of games he gets? I don't mind picking up bits and pieces, but I wouldn't go in 500 quid, make the strategy happen, because it's just so unlikely to be completely successful that I would be uncomfortable recommending you to do that. Just got some more classic cards come in, mate. If you could refresh. Yeah, sure. Ooh, Noah to the Lang. And Jarna Stoikers. Brandon Michele Pantsels before we got to you. Heenan is a new get, and Mignoli, nice. Yeah, so Mignoli's your extra keeper then, lovely. And you've got Lang as well now. Oh yeah, that's lovely. That's lovely, because then the last team, we've got Mignoli for... And let's just remove Osman just for see who else. So you still got Lang. You could have Hanen coming in. You've got Vanaken, Stoikers. This is good. This is ready for a fourth keeper already, which is fantastic. Because that was, pardon me, that was all just put into in-season for convenience, right? But if we go to Classic now, also there's no keeper. You've got Michele, you've got Mitrovic. Let's just take Michele because his numbers are through the roof. You've got Hanen, Vanaken. This is like the... wow, Stoikers and Lang. So that's like 1 in-season team and 3 classics. Or 2 and 2. If you could be super careful with how you build. Jesus Ferreira, actually, that's a solid shout. Matt Harrison. Jesus walks. Oh yeah. Oh wow, I might get one. £30, that could be lightning, by the way. Lightning in a bottle. But yeah, James, I really like... See, I wouldn't throw your money away too quickly, mate. Try and hang on to it, especially before the announcement tomorrow, because that might just change things upside down. But yeah, like some of these guys that are nominal, like Forsberg was under £30. Yeah, man, it's £7 I can't get away from. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight thinking about that. Oh, Areola is going to... Oh, by the way, Areola... is like... He's not amazing, right? But he's like a very good... like, he could play for any team in MLS and like be a contributor in the squad. Not everyone's a big fan of him. But he's a right winger, isn't he? Maybe that puts a wee bit of pressure on Jordan Morris. Maybe he doesn't... who are we talking about again? Areola. He has a right mid, isn't he? Yeah, can play a bit of left. But he has a right mid. And that means if we still have Jomo, De La Vega, Jomo was up top. But that's now going to be Jesus Walks, isn't it? We bit of 3-5-2. Again, Paul Areola would actually be really good in this type of shape. Maybe that puts pressure on Alex Roldan, or maybe Alex Roldan moves to the left. That would suit him better, or would suit the team to have Alex Roldan and Areola. That could be frightening, by the way. Big engine player, Areola, good crosser. And yeah, like De La Vega on this side of the pitch. And again, Jomo's up top, so Jomo normally likes to play on this side, doesn't he? But that's an interesting catch, by the way. Seattle are, I've told you before, Seattle are the American Man United. And look at these moves. Jesus Ferreira from Dallas. It's not quite Van Persie or Cantona, right? But it's maybe like a Berbatov kind of thing. And who's our guy we're talking about? Areola. Is it maybe like Valencia from Wigan? Is Rusnak staying? No, I think he is. I think he's been renewed as a designated player again. So I remember I heard people talking that it was ridiculous they gave him a DP deal. Maybe it's still undetermined, so maybe double check. And then Thiago Andrade is the last shout we've got on this. Now, I have a card, very biased, but Andrade is far too good for MLS, in my humble opinion. Oh, rares at 15 is fun, by the way. I don't know if we'll go into Sorare data if we need to. This is all China. Yeah, we need to go to Sorare data to do it. But Andrade, like, I never got a chance to use him really in MLS before, like, season ended, he left, whatever. It was rubbish. These stats don't even really show it that well, but honestly, like, imagine Dyson Maeda, but Brazilian. I love this guy when he didn't have a card. As soon as he got a card, yeah, I remember all these games and looking good, and then wee hot spell, and then card came out probably about here. That was probably the end of it. Andrade is off again. What do you mean he's off again? Where to? He's not off to some. He's not. As long as it's China, that'll be alright. But Brazilian Dyson Maeda is what I call him. Big fan of Benteke, yeah. Choupo-Moting's going to be my Benteke for next year, I think. 2 seconds. Try to talk to him and he just ran away from me. Cantona kicker, let's see what we're up to, my man. We've got an hour left before I need to get on the band. Since our last chat, I took on board what you said about the lack of captain choice in contender rare. I added a few pieces to improve, so could you look at that again, please? Yes, rare contender. Rare contender ready. Yeah, is Tuturo new? No, maybe not. Vargas is there as well. I remember Vargas. I think I do anyway. Santa Maria. Ooh, this guy looks fun. Ooh, jumping jimmies. Is that a defender? Wow. That is amazing. That's a defender card. He's playing up front. He's actually like a bagsman as well. Jesus. Yeah. All defenders, no mids. That's so crazy. Wow, he is good, isn't he? It doesn't always guarantee to work, isn't it? Where are Elche doing good in the league? I like that guy, mate. Very well found. Very, very well found. I'll check the transactions just so I can identify exactly who we're talking about. Diego Lainez, I hope he does well in Mexico. I really do. I really do. And Rashani here, L5 looks good. I don't know him. Let's catch up with the chat so in case you're here, mate, you can fill me in a wee bit more. He's a banger. Yeah, you can say that again, mate. Maybe this guy has something to him. Fair enough. Lainez, how have you been doing? The wonder kid that couldn't do it in Europe is... yeah, he's doing well enough, I suppose, in Mexico, isn't he, for a kid? So fair play. Gorarian, did we have him already? Transactions. Let's see, about a week ago. These are all sales. Well done, mate. Is that Fernandez guy? No, it can't be. It's only £2. It was 9 days ago as well. So after that, then we've brought in Charles Hollingshead. Traded for the Diego Reyes. Arsa. That guy we just spoke about. Gorarian. Yes. Lainez. Tim Ream. Santa Maria. Marquez. Raishani. Nice. And then we look at forwards. Aguirre that we've brought in. In this Sordo. Really strong numbers. Head count's big. So yeah, I think those guys definitely make an improvement, mate. No two ways about it. Gorarian, Arsa as well. Let's look at him. He's good. And Gorarian can do it, can't he? So that's like another team's worth of midfielders, essentially. Forwards have been reinforced as well. Oh, sugar. Cantona. Kick out there, my man. Dubison, I remember looking at him. Aguirre, that's who I wanted to check. Nah, he's okay, isn't he? Maybe we're still... I remember talking about goals. Maybe still missing a little bit of goal. But maybe you know something about some of these guys I'm not aware of. Uzuni, Cop, you do have goals, I suppose, but... I have a decent Elche collection. Nice. That'll be a nice differential piece in. I really like that. Let's jump into the builder. Just to see this kind of pan out a bit easier, perhaps. Contender, classic. I'm just going to kind of paint by numbers for the most part on this one. Dubison, I remember liking him in the last video. Oh yeah, we like Dubison. Zuni, yeah, there's a few guys. You definitely have goals. And who was the other guy that we liked that was kind of smashing? Arsa. And then team 2, again, I'm just painting by numbers, just with the bigger, better scorers. I don't know if they're just not available this weekend, but I've kind of lost who the mids were. Oh yeah, Gorarian and Arca. This isn't Gaza, sorry, this is Cantona Kicker. Club Z, I see your request in here as well, mate. I'll add you on. I'll need to be leaving in an hour, so I'm definitely not going to get to everyone's today, so we'll do a catch-up session either later tonight or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. So let me know your club name, Club Z, as well as the request itself, and I'll make sure I can tackle it in the next one. Got any news about Azuni? Last reports he wasn't in training again today. I missed rumours to him at MLS. Yeah, well, he's probably going to MLS then, isn't he? These guys will just wait it out. Rashani, that's who. Rashani. Oh, there he's there. Nerdlector. Yeah, you're not team 2. Bamu, are you team 2? Yeah, Bamu could be team 2. The Sordo guy. Oh, he's changed team now. Interesting. Gignac. Let's just put the Bamu in here. Toxic Lightning 73. Love that, mate. What a name. If a thinker. Toxic Lightning. Let's add that screen on. Love that. Boom, 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 boom. And then let's say Roar. And in this team, 2 keepers left. Let's say Daturo. Salinas. Paradella. Linez as well. And then up front, let's just say, this is Boutaib. What are you up to? He's okay. Christian Gutierrez. Oh, we maybe overlooked him. Yeah, he's better than the average bear. Jocko, I think he's good as well, isn't he? Right, so that fills out classic, and then we get to in-season. I don't know if you'll have in-season cards that lose in-season soon, with the Mexican stuff, Argentina and whatever. Let's say Santa Maria. Just say Gignac. And then, does this guy do good? Oh yeah, that guy does do good. And then we're on to the last keeper. This guy can boss, can't he? This guy, I think it is. Nah, he's not done it in a wee while. But yeah, defence options are fine for the last team we've got here. Is Clark coming back? Or is he out for a bit? Or what's his deal? Back and then out. Just imagine he's back for a minute. There's Jocko. I think we liked him in the last video as well, didn't we? He's cool. Butib isn't too different either. Is there anyone else? Yeah. And again, I'm probably missing someone, and I'm really sorry. I'll try my best with some of these players that I'm not as familiar with to make sure I'm abreast of all the better ones that you've got. He's 100 capable, isn't he? But he's not too exciting. Good for the last team you're building, I guess. Colin Battle, I think we used him in the last build, didn't we? Yeah, he's kind of better, but not by a wild distance. Jeremy Marquez, is that a new guy you brought in? Oh, he can be good. Just put Colin Battle in as a place saver. Awesome. So yeah, 5 teams of varying like regions and stuff. So we've got Mexico, we've got La Liga 2, we've got French 2 is here. It's a real hodgepodge. Captain capable guys are definitely more here. When I've done this, probably centered them all into that one team there. Like Fernandez, Mercau, Goriarian, Arca, Dubison are all quite handy. I'm always going after the best team, obviously, but if you're playing in season and mixing those classics in, those guys will definitely make a big help. And yeah, like we've got here, it's also one team off of max capacity, but it's no real big deal, is it? And yeah, I like what you've done here, Red or Dead. Let me just double check. Oh, you're with me in the chat here, aren't you? Bought Jeremy Marquez with credits and farming common basketball, even though I know nothing about basketball. Love that, mate. Love that. Let me see what your original thing was in case I've missed the point again. Since our last chat, I took on board what you said about lack of captain choice and contender rare, added a few pieces to improve. Yeah, it's definitely there to be seen. And I say I've not just done the combination thing properly on like what's in season and not. But that's the only thing I would double check on this, is just how does it rinse out. With some of the Mexican guys that are in season. And otherwise you've got the European guys obviously in the second tier of the big leagues, like Liga 2 and whatever. You've got some of the better guys from those places. I would just be kind of hot to trot on transfer news now, like James Rodriguez going to Club Leon. What's James' price? And Luca Romero. I got some Liga MX guys this week, didn't I? And the great thing about James is that these are all the Jameses there are. They've actually sold quite a lot, haven't they, for him being a dud. $35 is in season. I think you can get away with it being this kind of, yeah, all these ones here under 40 quid. I could get away with spending, like, if I didn't have one, I would quite happily do that because it's in season. But you're really screwed if it's above that. Or not screwed, but it's just tough to take when you've seen how cheap he's been for so long, you know. That's all. Oh, mine is a neon one as well. That's fun. This guy at 30 quid feels ridiculous. Let me catch up again with the chat. Oh, Mr. A, of course, Wallen. You were in here earlier. I've got you added on, mate, sorry. Wallen, where did you come in the chat? Who were you above or before? I did forget to add you in, sorry mate, but I remember seeing you. Apologies. Wallen, you were in before the kind of latest requests we had there from... Michael, yeah, you were after Michael after... You were after Michael after Finker. Yes, I've got you there, Wallen. But yeah, that's the only thing I'd say, mate. Maybe just try and keep a wee bit hot on some of the transfer news and just get a few more of those guys that will become differentials, like the Barco situation. Just get those guys if you can, when you can. But otherwise, mate, I like it. Tigres and Atlas are in season. Nice. Okay, cool. Atlas, this one. You must have other Atlas guys. Vargas, yeah, these ones, of course. I just meant I was going through the builder. I didn't mess about with it too much. I just wanted to see how far we could stretch it with the top ends, and like your top end guys go into 3 full teams, of absolute strength, and then it's when we get to team 4 and 5 there is when we're really scratching around. So like the captain choices are there. Goals are still the only thing I did struggle with outside of 1 or 2 to kind of find for these teams. But otherwise, mate, I think you've done it. Still a work in process. Definitely need to maximise my in-season utility. Yeah, like these transfer ones are the way to go. Even Luca Romero as well. He's half Mexican, by the way. It's a wee bit of an understated element of all this. And he's just been back to Mexico. Highly reputation wonder kid. Lazio signed him at 15. AC Milan signed him at 17 or whatever, And here he finds himself going to Club Leon at 19, having not really cracked it. But he has had minutes. He's had some appearances and stuff like that. Who's this for Alaves? It's Betis. Or Almeria? Almeria. He was at Almeria last season. Getting some chances. 2 goals against Atleti. He's had a moment in the sun. Anything in Italy? Yeah, some minutes and stuff. So, high prospect, high value. If Diego Lainez is doing those scores, I wouldn't expect him to be much different, if not better. He did choose Argentina because Argentina wanted him. And yeah. XD Rai, what were we after? Cantona, Kicker, and then XD. There's Cantona, Kicker. Right, yo Quinny, can I get a gallery review? I just bought an emergency goalie. Yeah, the Kellison. No idea if I should keep him for the long term, and if I do keep him, where to expand the gallery. Okay, let's... I don't think keeping him's a problem. Now, he did let you down on debut, which is sore, and you probably won't be able to forgive him for it. I get that. As soon as you buy him, man. Against Getafe as well, the team that don't score goals, they brought Mayoral back for the victory lap. Another couple of quid would have got you Sorare, but Jesus, 9 points, that is sore. So I probably would just hang on to him, in all honesty, to complement your 2 other keepers we already have. So we've got Rono, we've got Kellison, we've got Flecken. So you're then touching one of the three leagues, aren't you? That's quite nice. Now the next game, it's going to be hard to sell him into that. Just done a 9 and about to play Real Madrid. So I think you just probably put him in your last team anyway. Flecken's back, fine. Rono, I don't know if he's in or not, isn't he? But we'll just put him here for the sake of it. Rono, Grifo, Kane, and Teji. And team 2, let's say it's Flecken, Botman. Now, Amiri and Golovin are actually out for this particular weekend in question. It looks like maybe Golovin will be back. I'm not too sure on those icons sometimes. We don't have Predictify that far ahead, do we? So watch out for that. But in essence, team 2 is Golovin Amiri, isn't it? With Lukaku or Jerry. Let's just say Lukaku. So this is like template building. Probably that's the word I should use, templating. And again, like Estupian, Schlotterbeck, the other 3 guys, yeah, they're fine for the last team, aren't they? But fine is the word, they're not great. Midfield is still the problem. Partey plays, obviously, we've got, you can play double forward with Larson and Jerry, they're both fine and playing. I think, I think mid. We go to extra. Do we have any in-season cards we've not used? Schlotto is in-season, isn't he? VT, Akbar, Traore. I don't think we're too worried about him, but Schlotto is. Yeah, Schlotto is. Just wanted to double check that. So I think for you, XD Night, it's kind of back to the same situation we had before. You've got it at your doorstep this game week because Amiri and Golovin are not available once again. But it is your midfield does. Now you've got that third keeper. You kind of need one more classic mid. Could be in season, but I know budgets are tight. So if we have a look at Team B, and let's just build it absolutely properly. Botman. Is Botman into play actually, Charlie? Groin injury. Typical. Party. Jerry at home in Mallorca. Lazio. Lukaku away to Atalanta. I'm probably taking Jerry at home there, haven't I? And then fifth man. Stupian against Man United. I'm probably taking Rom anyway, haven't I? Captain Jerry, Captain Botman. So I think for the weekend, that's kind of how you'll be looking. And then Killison, you can get use out of at the moment, can't you? But we don't know if Traore's starting. Doesn't look like it. Campagna always features, so you could probably get away with that. And then Larson will play, and then Schlotterbeck. So this is like the fourth team, which is very weak, isn't it? And I think another mid could go classic. I think another midfielder will make a big difference to you, XD. Let's have a look. And you're probably talking back to me, so let me see what the chat's saying. Botman 50-50. I'm leaning Botman. Fine. Real Madrid performance yesterday gives me hope for Killison. Shane Moran, good to see you. I bought loads of Celtic cards. Wasn't able to use them last weekend as I wasn't letting me select them. Oh, that's a nightmare, Shane. I would just keep contacting them until they get back to you, mate. And Dara, apologies, mate. I've kind of got the request sheet filled, and I need you need to have your season ticket for requests, Dara. So it's £1 a week, £4 a month. There's a join button just below the stream. We gallery review every Monday, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, mainly Monday. We do lineup building every Thursday before the weekend game week. We also have a Telegram group for the chat, for the members. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord had a baby, but it's way better and it's going to surpass both its parents. And I give away all the limiteds that we craft to the FC Barcelona members as well. That is £1 a week, £4 a month. So if you need that, buddy, done, and I need you to get your season ticket, my man. Yeah, we don't have any hints dropped yet. Philly Dilly, fist bump, by the way, good to see you. And let's have a wee look at the market for XD. We're after manager sales of limited classic mids and champ. He's not on to debut this game week, or maybe he will. Riddle Baku for £1. The end season was £1.40. That would somewhat tempt me, but that's really speculative at this point. Douglas Augusto for 75p. Feels like there's worse ways to spend money, and with the limited you've got XD, you could maybe actually trade, and it's one or two, like for somebody like Paulos Augusto for 75p. You could probably take like your Akbar and Babakuri Toure. I like keeping the guys you've won, so maybe not him, but I think you could. Yeah, Shotard even at 76p. Shotard's not that good. He's not bad. He's in the same team as Teji, so in an island game week situation, he could maybe help you. But I think for that price, I'd rather, who was at the top again that we liked? Yeah, Douglas Augusto. 75p, that feels good. I have no preference on where to progress, so mid sounds good. Yeah, another mid. It's a bit annoying because you get two that are out this game week and it wouldn't be as urgent of a thing. But Max Arnold for £1 doesn't feel bad. Yeah, for like £1 there's lots of good champ classic mids. You just want someone that's reliable, someone that can break the 70s into the 80s as often as possible. And just give you a headache with your team. Robin Hack there was 84p, by the way. Zambo £2, I don't mind that. Joanne Jordan 70p. I like JJ. Brais Mendes is 75p. You know I love that. And yeah, Elliot Anderson at £2. That's not too shabby either, by the way. Guedes at 84p. I don't know if I'd quite get Guedes. There's a few other guys there at the same price that are probably more appealing. Diop was very well priced as well, by the way. There's that Tovan mid card that we seen earlier on for £4, but it says unlimited rather than the rare we were looking at before. But yeah, I think they're like some of the better picks. We're into the 4th page. We'll check one more page and we'll cycle back to the beginning because I think there was some really good ones at the top there. Top potential, minimal expense. Not that much to ask for, is it? Okay, one more page and then we'll cycle back to the top. Not sure if you've seen earlier, but Andrade is done to Cerezo on a permanent. Okay, so he's back in contender. Okay, cool. I seen you telling me he was on the move again, but I cannot believe how many. So he was registered at the China team, but he was on loan or something like that from. Was he still owned by New York? And then he went to San Diego, then went to Toronto, and now he's in Cerezo. So he's been. His registration has passed through 5 teams in the last like month or two. That's crazy, isn't it? Sunset, that's not bad for £1. We're not back to the beginning yet, are we? No, we're not. So there's another Augusto. Oh, this guy plays for Inter. He's a wee bit more in and out the team, so I probably wouldn't touch that one. But he could be okay, but less reliable on playing time. Furyk, you already have a middle stat, by the way. That's £1. Now, he's maybe not quite free-flowing, high-scoring or whatever right now, but correlation, good player. Something to consider at the very least, I think. And let's go back to the beginning. So we had some good guys right at the top. Same team as my goalkeeper. Oh yeah, Kim Jin-hyun is Cerezo, isn't he? Yeah, Douglas Augusto, 75p. I find hard to get away from. Somebody was like £2, but that was around here. There was that kind of level as well. This guy Core, by the way, is £1. He's been doing quite well. Bischoff at 13 is a bit punchy compared to some other ones here, isn't he? Yeah, Sofiane Diop, £7. Again, another decisive this weekend. AA was down, but he did get a decisive. Like, he feels really good. £7 is a bit of a different price point to a lot of the other players, but I think you get it with him. Oh, Max Arnold. Yeah, Max Arnold for £1. Robin Hack for 84p. These are great gets, I think. Yeah, I think they're the kind of standout ones that we've seen. A lot of the other ones there was a case for, but you only need one. You don't need to buy a. I mean, you could buy 2, I suppose, but the price of some of them depends on your budget. But yeah. Let's go, Benny. Good to see you. Evening, mate. Any predictions about tomorrow's update? I've not actually finished the Brendan Rodgers press conference, and I'll actually probably do a wee press conference breakdown on Celtics Are Here tonight after the kids' football, and we'll be live tomorrow to do some deadline action. So I'll go through my Celtic predictions and all that before the deadline, either on Celtics Are Here tonight or tomorrow before the deadline, depends on where you want to catch me. Rob, fist bump, by the way. Thanks for joining us. I think we might see an improvement to Classic. They have mentioned before they have seen the community feedback for Classic, but can also see some under 23 news, either requiring in-seasons or removing it. Now, to require in-seasons, they better put some cash on it. Can you imagine they put an in-season requirement for in-season? Let's imagine it was 2 in-season cards, but they paid podiums on all 4 divisions. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? They probably wouldn't do 2, they'd probably do 4, but wouldn't they? That'd be excessive, but... Right, guys, how long we got left? 40 minutes. Now, we've actually got not too bad of a request list left to run, right? But let me see where we're at. We've got Jordy. And Jordy, you're Florin, aren't you? Florin, where are you? And then we've got Apocalypto, Leeds United Community, FF Thinker, Wallen, and Club Z, Toxic Lightning. So we'll probably go through with Florins right now, and then the rest of you guys will have you on ice till I come back tonight, if I can get the hall pass from the missus and I'm not falling asleep by that time, or tomorrow at some point. So stay tuned for that. Florin, I'm thinking of selling off a big part of my gallery because my strategy did not quite pay off. What should I keep of my gallery for next season? Are we talking limiteds or rares, Florin? Are you still here? I'll see if there's any more comments for some extra context. What should I keep and what should I sell? Let's focus on rare. So this is a question of a few things. There's the cost of holding and what you get for selling. I think normally in this type of situation, Florin, I hope you're still here. Let me know in the live chat, please. I just hope it isn't some sort of massive overhaul. Yeah, Philly Dilly, I'm with you. Hope it's not anything like, oh, this season was fun, but next season we're doing something different entirely. Yeah, could do without that, please. I think with this sort of setup, Jordy or Florin, I think there's two routes to go. You either stick on a team that you want to keep the collection for, and that could be, for example, like, I'm going to keep my Napoli collection and Golovin or whatever. So I think you need to identify on who you like, who's good, who you're really bought in with, etc., who you could see yourself gladly using in Classic next year. And you really need to just itemize it and be cold with, right, well, he's not in that collection, or he's not a captain capable guy, and move them out from there. Or you do it on a price point basis where it's like everyone over 50 quid is listed, everyone over 30 quid is listed, and you just do it from that way. I don't think there's any, let's sort them by best to worst in case that clears it up for me. But like your top row guys, like Palacios, sadly is not that guy anymore for reliability. You do have really good top row guys. Forwards is like half a row, isn't it? I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit harsh on one or two. Yeah, that's good. Kusanov, nice point to cash in on. What's not worked is it just not winning. I suppose if it's not bagging cash fee often enough, I can get that, I suppose. Let me read the point again just to make sure I stay on topic. I'm selling a bunch of my stuff. The strategy didn't work. That was kind of the vibe, wasn't it? What should I keep? To be quite frank, like, outside of what I've said already, like, we were just looking at James J's gallery before. If the strategy hasn't worked, then, and you've identified this now, with still plenty of utility on the table. Now, what I'm not suggesting is going to a bot, right? But why don't you maybe just list every card individually? How many do you have? 98. It'll be an absolute CUNT, right? But why don't you just list them all? Let the vultures come. Take everything they're going to take. And just like condense down from there. So let's say today's Monday. Let's say you spend a good wee shift between tonight and tomorrow or whatever, listing every card individually that you possibly can. And when you're doing it, set minimum bids, because it's easy to forget. Like when you're doing this stuff, like, oh yeah, I would sell him, I'll list him for 20 quid, but I'd accept 17. Always hit on this, first of all, keep it secret. Or let it be known, up to you, right? But I would do that for them all. Jordy. And then some people will sell, some people won't. And then you go into the game week with whoever's left. Rinse and repeat that for about 2 weeks. 2 weekends. This weekend coming and then next week coming thereafter. And you'll probably sell everyone that can be sold for like good market rates, and then at that point we maybe bought up. Now the goalkeepers are probably the exception to this, because as long as they're going to keep playing, in-season keepers are better to sell when they're in season rather than classic, obviously. So in-seasons include them in this exodus, as it were. But Meret, Neuer, Zentner, wouldn't even worry about touching them for that. I would be very prone to keeping Vanya. Just a big fan. And I think like classic 10 season wise, his value maybe isn't as harshly affected as some others, perhaps, because he's got some international utility. But yeah, Andre Blake. Oh, sorry, that's an old chat piece. Sorry. Next season contender will be all Celtic lineups. It's already all Celtic lineups. Rangers is the differential stack, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's. But if you know the strategy isn't working, the best thing to do is sell everything for the highest price you can, and the best way to discover that is listing them all where you want to sell them with a minimum bid, and just give them as much time to breathe on the market as you possibly can. And then whatever cannot be sold, whatever does not sell, whatever you're not getting market rates for, you roll that up into a ball and you send it to Pavel, Basil, Santonio, Pug. And then you deal with the Devils at that point once you've already taken some of your stellar pieces out and got them moving on. Nico Gonzalez, I suppose they're linked to some players that are similar to him, aren't they? So maybe a touchy one. Blueprint. Interesting. I like your players. I'm surprised they've not worked out for you, but obviously they've not, so I get that. And part of the thing I'm trying to highlight here as well is you probably don't have much control over some of these guys staying. You know, like some of these guys probably are not, number one, valued well enough in the market to be sold. They're not worth selling. Like, I mean, Harit, £6 on the Classic 4. Like, what the hell is the point of selling him? Just keep him. You know, so there's a bit of that goes on as well, obviously. But yeah, I would just list them all, mate. Especially the end seasons. List them all, see who gets taken, see who doesn't. Oh. Without Pavel. Yeah, well, I did say, guys, and I'm kind of out of steam now, so I've got Apocalypto. Let me just move this set of tabs together. Apocalypto, Leeds United, FF Thinker, Wallen, Toxic Lightning. I've got you all sitting here. My Sorare is done for now. Now Jota isn't appearing this game week. Jota? Liverpool Jota, I take it. Shane, where are you building on, by the way? Is it desktop or phone? Maybe you need to do a reset or something. I don't know, man. That's freaky. I would definitely be getting onto them. I'd be like DMing them on Twitter, tagging them and stuff. Like, make noise. Like, you know, don't just send an email and wait for them to respond to you. It's just, you know, time is of the essence, mate. Just tag them and at Sorare Support. Tag them, screenshot it. Got a wee goal for O the other day. That was fun. Oh, Lager Bielke, by the way. Lager Bielke, by the way. Very GG's to him. All about Oyarzabal and Mendes for me tonight, isn't it? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh. I'm going to sit and chat with you for a wee minute, guys, before we cut and dry. I've hit the wall. Been on for 2 hours. I've hit the wall. Got the football training to go to with the kids shortly. You talk to the wife. Not seen her since she finished work. And I've got the other requests locked and loaded for the next instalment. I was going to mention Pavel coin. I got some gifted to me. I seen the big man was making a coin and I was like, oh, Solana. I don't know anything about that. I'm not even going to look through Twitter for it. I can't be bored. But I got a wee bit of it gifted to me and I was like, oh, thank God I've got some Pavel coin. If someone could make a coin work, it feels like Pavel. You know what I mean? I'm going to buy some when I've got some excess cash coming my way. But happy to take the airdrop. Yeah, not that helps. Centre Shane, post it on Twitter and tag at Sorare Support or Facebook or whatever, Instagram, whatever social media you use. Tag the support at Sorare Support. That's not fun, Shane. I've not looked at a card so much in a long time, by the way. I've not really got much temptation to sell it at the moment. I'm definitely going to take it for a test drive and see how he does with my gallery, if he can keep this form up. But I did see in the Telegram group, man, it gives me big Benzema vibes, you know, when he was right on Ballon d'Or form right before leaving Real Madrid for Al Ittihad. So I'm nervously cautious, but definitely going to take him for a test drive. Maybe he stays. I would like him to stay. As long as he can win in the next, like, what's this, end of Jan? As long as he can win by like Valentine's Day to March, sometime around then, if I can get a good midweek out of him or a good weekend where it bangs in some cash, I'll just sit him in the gallery, just consider himself working his tab off. But if it's too hard for me to pull in that in-season rare, it only makes sense to sell him while he's in season. Which is sad, but not winning that many stars these days makes it a bit more of a pressure situation. How many of these are here, by the way? I've not even keeping track. Oh, about 40 of these, absolute heroes. Oh, and there was about 60 of these at one point. That's fun. That's fun. We don't normally get that many views on the member stuff. That's fun. The curse is real. This will be the third game week where he won't get a decisive moment. You buy a card, never perform on their debut. Yeah, you can say that again. Who's that? 520, sorry. Oh, Salah. I've got a good team for him this midweek, I think. It's just kind of preliminary lineups I've built so far. This is I just want this team relegated. So ignore that one. I don't know about Ali Ish and Werner, just kind of clicked them together. But this feels like Salah's debut squad. A good lineup, I think. Wolves Newcastle won't be easy, but I think that's a good Bruno game. Smegma Dancer, what a name. Evening Shagger, right back at you, Smegma Dancer. Love that name. I can tell you're a Glaswegian. Captain Wirtz, after not starting against Dortmund, should start against Mainz. Guardiola away to Brentford. Vasil away at Bochum. Imagine we won in our division back to back. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Right, guys. Brendan Rodgers had his press conference earlier today. I'm probably going to do a reaction for it on Satara here after the wee man's football training, which starts at 6:15 UK time. It's 5:30ish now. I do need to eat in between times in that as well, so stay tuned. There's plenty of stuff coming out on this channel and Satara here. And I'll be back live tomorrow. We'll have a wee mini midweek deadline thing, and then we'll cover the announcement right afterwards. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Be sure to like for more content like this. We do have 5 requests still on the pile. We'll get you guys in part 2, which is probably going to be tomorrow at this stage, but I've got yous noted. We can get back to the chat for the requests, so even if you're not watching it live, you'll be able to get your thing done. But yeah, I need to eat. I need some fresh air, and I'll chat to yous maybe later tonight, depending on what channel you go to, and otherwise I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Thanks again for your support. We had 2 new members tonight as well. Thanks to everyone that does support me and support the channel by getting the season tickets. It really does mean everything. Forever grateful. And we opened up the giveaway for Wanizek, for Atgun, and for Docherty for all the season ticket holder members. So if you have your season ticket, jump onto the channel. There's a member only video. I'll show you it before we go. There's a members only video locked and loaded. And already on the channel. Let me just hide the chat for a second. Where's the chat box? Let me just hide that. Member giveaway video, Wanizek and Atgun. You cannot miss it. Members only. You need your season ticket to get into this. Watch the stream. I kind of tell you quite quickly what the deal is, and then I just kind of sit and buy some cards and talk some fun with these. You can only see this if you're a member. If you're not a member, you won't be able to see it. But entries are open for the giveaway, and entries will close Wednesday morning when I go to record the video to see who's won it. Thanks again to everyone that's joined us, live or after we've been live. Fist bump to yous. Stay out of trouble. and I will catch you on